Hello there, Ringside Crew.
Hey dudes at Ringside Crew, this is Davian.
Hey, it's Jenny Santana.
This is Elsie.
This is the Savage Juggernaut, Damaku.
Inside Ring!
This is Thomas D. Bruff.
This is Billy Starks.
Mr. Chad Epic.
Megan Mason.
Hey everybody, Scotland's own Brody Adler.
The headliner in charge, Marco Mania.
This is your girl Charisma.
Papa Dink, Brendan Dinker.
This is According to Woods.
Savannah Summers.
I'm Shorty.
Catherine inside.
You are watching
The internationally known
Dudes at Ringside podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe the Panther Jr.
Hey, you guys miss this? And welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe, the Panther, the third, and now from the top of Metal Mountain, all the way down to all 50 states in the globe, it's the Happy Hill himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe? I got one question for you today.
You have a lot of questions all the time.
Yeah. Are you ready to feel the monster? Because
No.
Dudes at Ringside, hopefully, will be sponsored by Monster Energy. Monster, please sponsor us. Please sponsor us now, because we're ready to feel the monster.
No, you want to feel the monster, but I don't. I want to hang out with Joe because I'm Joe.
All right. So
You want to introduce the guest geekins, or should I just do it because you're on a monster high right now?
let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to the owner of Chaotic Wrestling, Chase Delmonte.
How's it going, fellas?
What's
Although you're
going
starting
on?
off on a very bad foot. I am not a monster guy. I'm a sugar-free Red Bull guy. So, Metal Geek, you're already at odds with me, brother.
So you're not ready to feel the monster, right?
No, I'm ready to ride the bull. It gives you wings.
There you go. Yeah. You don't want to fly geek, right?
Yeah.
I
If you're
think
going to
we're
go
already
for a
off to a
sponsor,
bad
go
start
for
on
the
this
top of the line.
podcast.
Don't go for the bottom of the barrel. Come on.
Yeah. I want to ride a bull, and I want to be able to fly. I want to be like, see you later, guys, and just fly in the air. Like,
Yeah. Flight versus being a monster, easy win. Flight.
monster, then nobody wants to talk to you. They're like, ew, he's got warts. What girl wants to talk to a monster? Oh, wait, no, Beauty does. But any other girl is like, ew, he smells and he's got warts.
Do you enjoy rain at least or no?
I'm sorry?
Rain energy or no?
No, I'm a strictly sugar-free Red Bull guy.
Strictly
20,
Red Bull.
the 20 ounce, the big one. If they don't have the 20 ounce big Red Bull, I get very angry very quickly. It could go up from like a 1 to a 12 instantaneously.
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good for Geek because Geek works for Coca-Cola. So there you go.
Oh, all right. You got skin in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So, if our international fans aren't familiar with you and what your promotion does, introduce yourselves.
So I'm the owner of Chaotic Wrestling. We are a New England-based wrestling promotion north of Boston, about 20 minutes north. We run in the primary Boston North area, Merrimack Valley, and the North Shore. We just had a show last night up in New Hampshire. We've been in business for the last 22 years, started in 2000. I bought it in 2018, and we call ourselves the birthplace of stars because Chaotic Wrestling has launched more stars to the WWE than any other school-connected promotion in the world. Quote me on it till somebody can prove it. Outside of like OVW, which had ties to the WWE, they don't count. New England Pro Wrestling Academy, the Chaotic Training Center, dating our legacy all the way back to Killer Kowalski's School of Professional Wrestling. Check us out. Our legacy speaks for itself.
Yeah. Chaotic Wrestling actually launched the career of actually Sasha Banks. Am I correct on that one? So
You are correct. Kofi Kingston as well. Ivar, Tommaso Ciampa. Who else there? T-Bar, Dominic Dijakovic, Carmelo Hayes, recent addition to NXT. The list goes on.
Wow.
And you're continuing that tradition right now. With
Absolutely. Now we got Davey Yen, Becca, people like Ricky Smokes, Brad Cashew. Got the next generation coming down the pike.
Mm. And you forgot Little Mean Kathleen, LMK.
She's more southern of the city, so she's not. She doesn't work for my promotion. I am familiar with her though.
Okay, I thought you did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that like everywhere you go in Boston, you look on their Instagram page, you're like, and like you guys have a lot of
limitless and beyond, Joe. Yeah,
I know, but there's so many like people think that only certain areas are hot on the East Coast. Boston has a lot of like very talented superstars that come out of this, that come in there. Like
New England has always been a hotbed for professional wrestling, especially independent professional wrestling. I mean, just because we have, all the New England states so close by. So there's, a bunch of different promotions in different states where you don't have to travel that far. In a couple hours, you can get to, I don't know, the number would probably be insane, like 50 to 100 promotions I would probably gather, between all the states, reaching down to like, then you bring New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, which still aren't that far away. And, it is a huge kind of number of promotions that you can reach without really going too far from home.
Exactly. And it's like, you guys are like developing stars, awesome stars, by the way.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Awesome stars like JT Dunn, which is part of the unit. And,
the unit. I'm just a lowly member of the unit. Please don't get me in trouble with the boss.
Oh, somebody's in the chat.
She is a force to be reckoned with. This is, what's her name? Amber Joe. She's from New England. I mean, she's from London, England, and she's a force to be reckoned with. Like, definitely if she comes to the Boston area, when she comes to America, definitely have to hit her up, see if she can go for a strap, because she's good.
Yeah. Chaotic Wrestling on Twitter. Hit me up, Amber Joe, if you're ever in the States.
See, Amber Joe? See?
She knows what month it is.
I could see, here we go, tossing it out there. If she comes to the States, you should have her face Davian. Davian or Becca?
Those would both be good ones. I'd like to see.
Oh, you have to see her matches. She's a force to be reckoned with.
She wants to fight anybody. Man,
she doesn't care. She doesn't care.
Doesn't matter. She wants to fight everybody.
Yeah.
She said, "Look at that! I actually tweeted that to Chaotic Wrestling. I follow them on Twitter. I'm there in August."
All right, I'll have to check on that. As I said, I don't manage my social media, and we get a lot of replies, so I go through kind of in bulk sometimes. But Amber Joe, I'll definitely follow up with you.
Mm-hmm.
See, look what we started, Geek. We connect, man. We're like
we connect wrestlers to promoters. There we go.
We like to show. We try to show love to everybody we can, as much love as we can.
It's all about connections.
She says she'll destroy Becca. By the way.
Well, I think Becca's actually going to be out in England. I think at the beginning, like throughout July. She's actually going over for Europe, I think, for most of the month of July. So, Amber Joe, watch out. She might be coming for you first.
Uh-oh.
And Amber Joe is good on the mic too. She can cut a good promo. She did one against a girl named Kiara, and it was just like fire, add mic drop symbol. Like, perfect. I was like, ooh. There was no curses. It was just blunt and to the point. Like
bonus points for lack of swearing.
Yes.
We run family shows.
Yes.
Yeah. So, your opinion on the Becca versus Aaron Rourke match? What was your thoughts on that?
I thought it was incredible, especially for her first match back for Becca. Just coming off of shoulder surgery. She had a 6-man tag, I think, a couple weeks prior, but this was her first real singles match back. And, to be coming in at that kind of level and to have that kind of match, I mean, they went 15 plus minutes, broke out everything that they could. There was definitely a sellout at the monitor in the back. We were all, kind of glued to it. A fantastic match for sure.
Yeah. When that first match was announced, I said to myself, I'm like, that's a match I didn't think I needed, but now I want to see it now.
And so, in Chaotic, so when we first announced the Panoptic title and, switched out the women's title for the Panoptic title, it was actually Becca and Aaron Rourke that night as well for the title. That time is Aaron Rourke filling in as a challenger and Becca as champion. So, and also to see them almost just about a year apart and see how much they've kind of grown and see the kind of match from like where it was last time to where it was now, I think is really just incredible and shows the talent of both of them and how far they've come in such a short period of time.
Yeah. So with your promotion, like, is there any wrestlers that you've been watching on, like, if you have time, like watch on YouTube or like see him on Instagram and you're like, I think I want to try to get this person?
Yeah, unfortunately, as I mentioned kind of off air, I really don't have that much time outside of Chaotic Wrestling. The New England Pro Wrestling Academy, and everything kind of in my real life. I stay pretty busy and don't really have that much time to watch all that much wrestling. I try to keep up, every now and again with some AEW and just keep up with my friends in the WWE. But even that remains difficult. So it's hard that someone kind of catches my eye. I do get around to some local shows. I've been up to Limitless a bunch in the past couple months and stuff. So I have seen Desmond Cole, the Big Boofa.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yes, he was definitely impressive. He had a match with Brad Cashew up at a Limitless show that I really enjoyed. He really has a good kind of fire and energy about him. Maybe we'll see the Boofa at Chaotic. Maybe not too.
He's blowing up right now. He's blowing up right now, especially Long Island. He's like everywhere. Every promotion is booking him. I'm like, geez, man. After he wins that title from VPW, the Interstate Championship, every promotion is booking him now everywhere, which is good. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. He's definitely got a lot of charisma, a lot of talent.
And also Jack won the title at VPW this past weekend, which is another one you got to look at. Jack Tomlinson.
Oh, I know Jack. We had Jack on our show back in our Reloaded days when we were doing our studio taping during COVID. I like Jack. Jack's a good kid.
Jack's awesome, by the way. So.
Yeah, little Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, another good one on the microphone that could cut a good promo.
He's like born to do it. Jack's born to do it.
He's the Vessler, right? The vlogger.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We got a question from Amber Joe, Geekins.
It's the most trickiest part about promoting.
Whew. I think it's, from coming from, so I was obviously a wrestler before I was an owner and promoter. So I really think a lot of what's got taken for granted is everything outside of the wrestling, having to book buildings, dealing with ring trucks and all the kind of logistics that go into promoting and booking a show. Again, just kind of getting a foot in with a building. Sometimes when a building hears that you're a professional wrestling company, it is a very quick shutdown. You got to try to keep them on the line just before they hang up on you. Trying to get, again, maybe work some deals in there, getting local promotion and things like that. So that I think is kind of the trickiest part. The wrestling part, that's a fun part. That's a part you kind of would do for free. It's the everything outside of that, I think that kind of is the tricky part of it.
All right, now it's a little bit of a tricky question now, and this is just a dream question. If you could bring Chaotic to any country or state in the world, which country or state would you bring it to?
Wow, I mean, well, that's such a wide question because it's like country or state. So it's like, I think I kind of have to answer both. Well, I think state, this is kind of a boring one. It would probably be New Jersey because that's where I grew up. So I would love to put on like a Chaotic Wrestling show, like at my high school or something, and kind of just bring our product back there. So I think a lot of my friends that are still in the area would get a kick out of it. Country though, it's a different one. I mean, I guess I've been to England, so I really like England. I don't know. I guess
Amber wants you to come to the UK.
Amber's the UK.
I was over in England for a week tour for the promotion LDN out in England, and I had a blast. I thought people kind of said that the fans are kind of like different and stuff, and I didn't really find that. I thought it was a super fun experience. So I would definitely bring Chaotic to England.
Okay.
So, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food. Let's see, what I eat the most of. Probably like a really good chicken Caesar wrap. That's really like my go-to. That's kind of like my measuring stick for places too. Like if it's just kind of like a dry, bland thing, then I don't want to try anything else there.
We could hang out then. I love Caesar, anything, wraps, salads.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves chicken Caesar, anything.
But for me, I'm a spoiled boy. My mom makes me a Caesar salad and she makes the salad dressing. She doesn't go in the refrigerator and grab the thing. She'll make the real salad, the Caesar dressing. Like
those are always the best places if they actually have their own kind of Caesar dressing. Then you're going to get a good one. If it is just like they hand you like the Thousand Islands or the little kind of prepackaged, and boo.
I got so mad. My favorite pizza place, I ordered a Caesar salad because Mom's like, "Oh, what do you want?" I'm like, "I want a Caesar salad." She's like, "All right." Brought it home, opened the thing, and there's the freaking Ken's dressing package. I was like the spoiled rich boy. I was like, "Ugh, Mom, what is this package of dressing?" She's like, "Randy, not everybody makes salad dressing." I'm like, they can easily just get the tin of little things and get the blender and put all the stuff together, make a dressing. They can make pasta sauce. They can make Caesar dressing. Like,
I agree. Completely agree.
What in the world? So upset, so disappointed. 2 stars. Like,
not recommend.
Would you consider Geek an honorary member of the unit?
No, absolutely.
No, because there's no. It's because the Red Bull thing, isn't it?
Well, that was only the first of many.
Right.
Plus, I don't know if I'm at a place where I can extend membership rights. I'm still probably the newest member, so I'm still kind of working my way in just to kind of be accepted by old boys. So I'm certainly not going to go out on a limb for you, Geek. Sorry, not happening.
Especially the Red Bull thing was definitely not the right thing right there to be on.
Yeah, that just you're definitely put my name on.
All right, but we continue an honorary member of the ringside crew then. How about that one?
To be
you could be the manager.
We can entice him with the ringside crew. Maybe he'll make me an honorary member, right?
He could be the manager of the ringside crew. He doesn't have to sit by us. He could sit above us, like in a cool area, like a manager's area that's above the ring. Geekins,
I do like the idea of being above you, Joe. You're starting to really pull away from the Geek here.
Uh-oh.
Of course. I do it all the time.
Would you consider Joe an honorary member of the unit?
He's certainly well ahead of you in the polls.
Oh, man.
I think we'll have to check in by the end of the podcast and see what we have here. But Joe's way out in front, large margin.
Yes. I'm the one that likes the Caesar salad. I dress the fancy one. The girls like the Panther because I do the Panther dances and I'm funny. I am a third generation. My grandfather was a wrestler under Vince McMahon Sr. My cousin was too. So
there you go. It's basically a legend.
Yeah.
Who would you kick out if you had to let Joe in the group?
Who would I kick out? I mean, Trigger the OG really has been screwing up lately. I mean, you didn't hear that from me, but he's really just kind of been some dead weight, if you're asking me. But I mean, we're kind of down a man anyway with Verna on the shelf. So I don't know if we're really in the place to be kicking people out.
Okay,
that's true. We haven't seen Ace Romero since Cold Fury, so he's been missing in action. Verna's out with injury, so I mean we're kind of hurting. So maybe we do need to beef up the ranks a little bit.
Exactly. And maybe Geek could come in there sometime, right? Come on. By the end of the show.
Geek, why are you crying? You're listening outside the Geek said Geek when he walks in the door, he's like, "Come on, guys, let me in." And they're like, "No." And he pushing the door closed. No, lock the door and let him in.
And I don't think they want to be like Bullet Club. They don't want to just keep kicking people out of the group every so often because that's what they've been doing. You know what I mean? Bullet Club every other month is always kicking out members. Like, you're going too stale. We're going to kick you out. They kicked out God. How do you kick out God of the Bullet Club? Because those are the original founders of the Bullet Club. I don't get that.
You guys are pulling away from content that I know.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. So if there would be like one promotion that you would have to like verse, I know you don't really watch wrestling too much, but like if you had to go like a versus show, what promotion would you do like a versus show with?
I guess probably like a Cap or Wrestle Pro. We've had kind of like a I don't know if it's really like a working agreement, but I mean, I've known Pat and Kevin Matthews for a while and stuff. All their kids, obviously I know are getting good training under them and everything. So I think what probably, again, maybe if it was WrestlePro New Jersey, Cap out if it was in Long Island. In fact, a couple of our kids did do a TV taping deal with Cap. So it was like a NEPWA versus Cap kind of taping deal. So I think we could do something, chaotic and get more of the top card kind of people together.
I think I saw something like that where the Cap School and the New England Wrestling School both did like a joint show together for like a TV taping or something. I think that was a little while ago. Hopefully, I want to see more of that in the future, though.
Yep, I think keep your eyes peeled for Cap Television. We just had another car of kids go down. I don't know exactly what they all kind of did, but you should start and definitely see some Nepo kids popping up on Cap TV.
I know Davian popped up on there, on Cap. That's awesome, by the way. I've never seen her wrestle live, and now's my opportunity to see her live because she's going to be on Long Island. So,
never know where the Queen's going to show up.
Yeah, exactly. She was announced for the next show, the Fun Fair.
We got one rule. We got one major rule at Chaotic. Let's listen to Davey.
Oh. Davian's she's the queen of Chaotic right now.
Oh yes, she is
the champ.
Yeah.
Nobody better than her right now.
Absolutely not.
So with Chaotic, do you guys actually have like a TV deal, like a local public access TV deal, or you have like your only stuff was like on like the?
Nope. So we do most of our distribution through Twitch, and then kind of like a delayed kind of distribution. Then on YouTube, we'll release kind of shows and matches throughout there after having some time to keep the Twitch content exclusive. We've looked at TV deals. Chaotic's had various kind of TV deals in the area and stuff. Usually anything that you're going to get that's, worth the kind of price of independent wrestling is going to be some sort of like 3-4 o'clock slot, on some local kind of channel and stuff. And there's all the kind of parameters then of getting your content licensed. Music can't be used. It's a lot of hoops for, what's really the general reach. If we're doing a local show here in like Lowell, Massachusetts, we run Lowell, Massachusetts every 3 months. Are the people really going to be watching that much? Would they rather probably just come to a show? I think the streaming options are really more kind of a viable option in today's day and age.
Exactly. Definitely.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of other promotions use like IWTV, which, I think is a fine service. We've looked at them, and we just kind of prefer to do our own kind of thing and keep our content, in our own control.
Exactly. Because, some people go, oh, man, I got to subscribe to IWTV to watch the pay-per-view or whatever. Twitch is like Twitch is, I think, the way to go because, I understand the whole thing. It's like with takes away from the gate. But at the same time, for fans like Amber Joe that can't watch the show, they could watch it over in England on Twitch or whatever. And, it's more eyes for them that don't know, what's Chaotic? You know what I mean? Instead of subscribing.
It's one of the reasons why Chaotic's kind of behind on the online game is the old owner, really kind of was against online distribution because they really wanted to control their content. The problem was they weren't, it was like they were wanted to do like a DVD system, The only problem was they never made DVDs. So like all of this kind of like footage is just kind of like locked away. I have boxes and boxes of tapes that I've, got when I took over the company and stuff, and some hard drives, and everything needs to be kind of, digitally reprinted. And like, even a lot of it's not even like mixed together. So it's just like the hard files of different cameras. So like, the footage is kind of rough, and that's why a lot of our like back library is hard to find. And again, we really kind of got behind the 8 ball while people really took off to YouTube and stuff. We were kind of slow to market there. But again, I think it is something to be said about like, again, the Twitch or something that really lets you own your footage and kind of chart, this is how many viewers you're doing and these are your subscribers. And that money kind of is like, direct to you, not just kind of behind a third party service.
Exactly. Because it's like you're actually making the money when
directly.
you're on Twitch. You don't have to pay IWTV now, right? So, okay. So that's why I think Twitch is the way to go right now. Even though, and you could sorry.
And no, I was just going to say, and even with IWTV, it's more of a payout system. So, they're kind of gauging everything and then giving back to you, or it's not kind of you're paying the percentage and stuff. So again, that's why I kind of prefer to keep our stuff kind of in-house and controlled. I'd rather kind of, live and die by my own sword.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, you're not the only one. The owner was not the only one who would be with the tape DVD system. I remember PWG is still on that DVD system. I don't know. You heard of PWG? Yeah. They're still like, yeah.
Yeah. And I think, sometimes people get, accustomed to that kind of like product and stuff. So they like that kind of old school feel, and again, to be set up, then and like kind of continue, I think a system or service is kind of different. I think anyone would be pretty silly to get into the DVD game right about now.
Yeah.
Amber has another question, Geekins. And
it's that forbidden door question. If you could open the forbidden door, use any wrestler from any promotion, what matches would you book?
Ooh.
This includes WWE and AEW, or
yeah, I mean, I guess is it just kind of like open like dream match?
Guessing
one, because I know it would be a special match for him. I guess it would be Aaron Rourke and Sasha Banks.
Ooh.
Oh man.
That I think that one would be terrific. There's selfishly see if I could get HBK out of retirement versus myself.
Oh man,
that would be a good one to open. But yeah, again, I'm kind of bad at dream matches. I really do keep kind of my vision to my own front door. I got enough with my own wrestlers and kind of stuff to develop. I'd love to have MJF back in. He was always a great guy to have around. Me and him have had some battles on the mic. A lot of fun.
If you could bring Johnny Gargano in, that would be another one right there.
Yeah, we've had Johnny on a show.
Yeah.
Him and Tommaso, while they were tagging in NXT, before they kind of went full time with NXT, they did one show for us out in a stadium show. We had Cody Rhodes on as well.
She said she would love Jade Cargill with Charlotte Flair.
I'll take that one. I'd buy a ticket to that show.
Ooh, that'd be a good show.
Jade Cargill is an impressive sight. She's
Definitely
got written all over her.
Definitely, it's like who's going to beat her right now?
Yeah. I mean, she walks in a room. You're like, yeah, she's a wrestler. I get it.
Exactly. Everyone talking like, oh, she's so green. She's so green. I'm like, she just got to the. She just started wrestling. I mean, you can't judge right now.
It's a big thing I push at my wrestling school is that the term green has been made a derogatory term, because it's used and lobbied at people like while they're inexperienced. Like being inexperienced is like, what do you want someone to do? No one was ever born a 10-year veteran. Like you have to start at some point. And at that point, you are green. Like that's not an offense to anybody. Like Shawn Michaels was green. Ric Flair was green. The Undertaker was green when they first started. It is not some like virtue or like something that you can avoid. Like everybody is green. And I think more people should look at the positive and be like, if she can do this now when she is green and, inexperienced, like imagine what she can do once she gets really good at this. Crazy.
Yep.
Again, that's kind of a thing. Something I wish we could kind of like change that terminology and that kind of negative aspect that's put on inexperienced wrestlers. I think it's a very unfair kind of like judgment to lobby on people. Like people are learning. Like yes, they are green. Like they're inexperienced. They're not going to be as good as someone who's been doing it longer. Professional wrestling is an art form that you will get better at it the more that you do it.
A lot of people get it.
Sorry,
go ahead, continue.
No, I was just going to say, and you will get better at professional wrestling unless you suck, but that's on you.
Yeah.
It's like also Hook is another one. It's like a lot of the fans rip on Hook on all the time. I'm like, but when I went to Creative Pro a month ago, who was the biggest star at Creative Pro? It wasn't anybody, not Matt Cardona. It wasn't Chris Statlander. It was Hook. He was selling merch. He was selling autographs, $45. Line was wrapped around to meet him. So you want to tell me, you won't want to tell me that Hook what's up?
I said he's someone I'd want to book for sure. The way he carries himself, his aura and everything, again, kind of like Jade Cargill. I mean, he's half her size probably, but again, just the way he carries himself and the character that he's built. I mean, it's fun to watch. You get it.
You get it exactly. It's like, and then people wrap around the line to meet him, and it's like, okay, now I get it. He's printing dollars right there,
Yeah.
So
you should start selling tickets. However, he just to watch him do his hair. I want to know how that works. I don't get it. What does it look like when he's out of the shower? When it's wet? I want to see that hair in different forms because I don't know how the hell it works.
I wish I had hair.
I know how that one works.
Yes. Yep.
That's like Amber said something about. I've always said what I lack from experience, I make up for in talent. So, sure. There's no such thing as lack of experience right there. If you can make up for it on the mic and carry yourself, there you go.
Character, confidence, and presence, it makes up for a lot. The rest of it comes with time and reps. That's what you need. That's what you need. Until you have that, you need to lean on the rest. Nobody, you don't need to have 10 years experience to be entertaining.
Yeah.
And another unit question now. If you could bring anyone into the unit, who would you bring in?
Jeez. Anybody? Let's see.
Anybody. This is anybody. It's not just on the indies. Anybody.
Just because I would like to banter with him, that Danhausen fellow. Yeah. Everybody else in the unit they're very serious. They're a very serious bunch of folks, and I tend to keep things a little bit more loose. And I think having that Danhausen fellow around, I think that would make for some fun moments for myself.
Plus, you could curse people.
Yeah, exactly.
Danhausen versus Amber Joe. I curse you. I break you.
Amber wants to face Jade Cargill now.
No. That one I can't book there, Amber Joe.
Bring in Jade so you could bring in Amber. There you go.
I think Jade might be above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what else, Geekins?
What else, Joe? Go ahead.
Do you have any upcoming shows that you want to talk about?
We actually just dropped our tickets for July 8th in Watertown, Massachusetts. You guys asked for some sort of announcement, so tickets will probably be going on sale next week. But we'll be returning to Lowell, Massachusetts, the UTech building where we had our biggest show of the year, Cold Fury, just a couple months ago on July 29th for the Chaotic Countdown. It's our version of the Royal Rumble. So that's going to be a really good show. I think we'll have tickets again coming out next week. Announced for our return on July 8th in Watertown is Mecha Brian Johnson versus DDN for the Chaotic Heavyweight title. I don't know if you guys are overly familiar with Brian Johnson, but he has been extremely impressive since coming to Chaotic. Big fan of him. Great on the mic, great in the ring. True professional outside of it and inside of it. He's a huge addition. I'd put him over to anybody. Definitely a guy to keep your eye on.
Definitely.
Ooh, Amber Joe has a question about shows in August.
Do you have any shows near New England?
I don't have my August dates. I think the 5th is one and the 18th, if that's a Friday. Again, I'll try to reply back to you, Amber Joe, on Twitter after the podcast. We can talk some more.
Definitely, yeah. You have to follow her too.
Don't tell me what to do, geek.
See how bossy he is?
He's the boss. He's the producer.
And now you start barking out orders at me. I will follow who I want to follow.
You're gonna make him leave.
I will join the unit. There you go.
He will kick you out the door.
I will invite myself. There you go.
I now understand why Joe wants to stay in Pennsylvania and not dual broadcast in some studio somewhere. He wants
in some basement somewhere. I don't know.
I got my own friend right here. He's cool. He or she's cool. They are.
Joe
cool.
lives in the middle of the woods, so there you go. He does podcasts with the Bears, and he does podcasts.
I hang out with my buddy the ostrich. He just hangs out with me, just sits there staring at me with his beaded necklace on and his spiked chain. Don't bother anybody.
Yeah, he hangs out with the bears and deers.
Hang out with my little pet Crowy.
Sometimes he gets a little kooky in Pennsylvania.
He's Crowy. croquis.
Again, I went to school in Pennsylvania for 4 years, so I'm familiar with the type.
Yeah, it's just a little crazy here. Okay, what's next?
Do you have social medias or?
Oh yeah, you have any social medias you want to?
Yes, at Chaotic Wrestling. That's no G on the end at the end for our Twitter, and then I think it's Chaotic Wrestling both on Instagram and Facebook. Chase Delmonte on Instagram and Twitter as well for my own. That's ChaseDelmonte, all one word. Again, I'm not a big social media guy. I think that's it.
Yeah. I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast, by the way. You know?
Hey, no problem, guys. Appreciate
All
you guys supporting the product, supporting the students, Davey Ann and Becca. Happy to have you guys Chaotic Wrestling fans.
Hopefully get more from Chaotic in the future. More wrestlers on the podcast in the future.
For sure. I'll definitely let you guys, reach out either through me if you guys have somebody that's in line. We'll definitely set something up for you guys.
Definitely.
Cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You've been awesome, though, by the way. Chase.
No problem. I am aware of how awesome I am, so I'm happy to share it with the world.
All right. I want to say, I'm the Metal Geek.
I'm Joe Panther III.
We got.
Is that me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, and this is Chase Delmonte.
And we will catch you in the next one.